Time to talk Cowboys versus Ravens, week 2 of the NFL preseason. Looking at 10 players. I did cheat a little bit on this, so it's a little bit more than 10. But whatever, it's my show, and it's more video, more players, so who cares? We're going to watch in the Cowboys versus Ravens game. Before we dive into all of that, do you want the Cowboys to beat the Ravens? I do. I assume you do as well. If you are in that bucket, show it by liking today's video right now. We've got the data to prove it. More likes we get, the more likely it is that the Cowboys come out on top. So like the video if you haven't already done so. Let's discuss the top players to watch here. And I changed a lot of these. I did not change the quarterback. Obviously, Joe Milton is a player we're going to be extremely locked into for this game. And for good reason. This is the guy the Cowboys are trying to develop, that we're trying to see what he's able to do and able to showcase. He was not great against the Rams. The traits were on display. He was the exact same guy he was last year in the preseason, and the exact same guy he was at Tennessee, and the exact same guy he was at Michigan. The arm is incredible. The mobility is there. The physical traits make you go, wow, okay, he's got juice there, man. The down-in, down-out consistency is not there. He holds the ball too long, and it's all fastballs. He never, very rarely, did do it better in the second half, never really showcased the touch. Like, he had guys open. He had Flournoy open for a huge play at one point and just airmailed him. Like, dialing it back and just having a little bit of finesse with these throws is a big step for Joe Milton, who has never actually been good in the preseason. So he's got to calm down, settle down, and just play a little bit more under control, which he can do. He can do it. Let's go to the running backs then. And then I'm doing all of the backs here because I don't know who's going to play how much, and what the rotation is going to look like, etc. We are filming this, by the way, as part of our live show on Thursday. So do keep this in mind when I say I don't think that we're going to have Jaden Blue available for the Cowboys. Sounds like he is unlikely. Schottenheimer kept the door open, but I would anticipate he is not out there since he did not practice at all this week. Does sound like the Cowboys are going to get Miles Sanders back. I want him to play. I want Javonte Williams to play. I think it'd be a little bit, I don't know, delusional is not the right word, but I think it's a little bit presumptuous to assume that Javonte Williams and Miles Sanders are locked in as they're really good enough to make a team given the way they played the last couple of years. Press X to doubt. I want to see, and we'll talk about this more on a future video too, who else plays it how much? Does Lipke play at all? Does he get carries? What does the Deuce Vaughn, Phil Maffa, Malik Davis rotation look like behind the so-called top two guys? Give me your score predictions between the Cowboys and the Ravens. This will be the pinned comment, by the way. So go vote. Give me your score predictions between the Cowboys and the Ravens in the preseason. Let's go to Traeshon Holden. This is another overlap from the first preseason week 1 matchup. The biggest thing for me with Holden, does he get to go up the depth chart at all? The Cowboys, for a team that wants to preach competition, honestly, I don't think the first preseason game was exactly full of competition. Holden came into training camp at the bottom. He had the smallest guarantees. He was kind of last. But he kept impressing, kept making plays, kept flashing. But he was still last among the wide receivers to play in the preseason, behind guys like Josh Kelly for some reason. I want to see him get more chances, to see if he is someone who I can't afford to cut. He's in a battle with guys like Jalen Brooks and Ryan Flournoy. I think the reality is the top 5 guys on this Cowboys roster are pretty much set at wide receiver, but I want to see if Flournoy can do anything else. He's got even better athletic gifts, not necessarily talent, but athletic gifts, than what Traeshon Holden has. He was a draft pick by the Cowboys. He could have had a bigger game if Milton had him on a crosser. He was open. It should have been 25, 30, 40 yards. He just kind of missed it. I want to see what Flournoy is able to do, and if he's able to be a bigger impact piece. The receivers in general, it does kind of tie into Joe Milton. I just want to see what those guys are able to do. I want to see if they can show me more. So what is your confidence level? It is just the preseason, but what is your confidence level in the Cowboys beating the Ravens? Scale it for me from 1 to 10. 1, of course, on the low end, 10 on the high end. Drop that answer for me in the comments. A lot of offense linemen you could have gone with here, like O-line in general is an easy one. I think Tyler Booker is going to play, so that's good on that front. I actually want to watch Hakeem Adeniji, the right tackle. Juanyeh I thought outplayed him in the first preseason game. Adeniji was the one who got beat and allowed the sack that the Cowboys gave up in that first preseason game. I thought he didn't look great out there. Like, I want to see, in general, the offensive line, and I'm picking Adeniji this time. Because I wonder, given the uncertainty right now with Tyler Guyton, who is banged up and is going to be, let's call him questionable right now for the first game of the season, would the Cowboys be comfortable going into the first game of the regular season with banged up Tyler Guyton, Terrence Steele, 7th-round pick Nathan Thomas, and 6th-round pick Ajani Cornelius as their backups? Or do they want the veteran? I want the better player. So let's see what Adeniji is able to do. This Cowboys hoodie is on sale. It was $55. Now it is just $33. Link will be in the comment section and the third paragraph of the description as well. It's chatsports.com/DAL hoodie. That's chatsports.com/DAL hoodie. Let's go to Mazi Smith next up here. And Mazi is interesting. He himself admitted that he didn't play the way he needs to. As a first-round pick, as a guy that we're kind of really banking on to have a bigger impact, he has not lived up to that yet. And he didn't show it against the Rams. Someone got mad at me for saying that Mazi didn't play well. Like, oh, he's so negative. I'm like, what? He said it too. The Cowboys' run defense in general started the game fine against the Rams, and then I kind of think it was just too many snaps for Jay Toia. And, the other guys down the roster just aren't good, respectfully. They kind of got washed out late by the Rams. The Ravens ran the ball super well in their first preseason game. So I do want to see how this one plays out. So TBD on how it looks with Mazi, but hopefully he looks better. A player who did look pretty darn good last week against the Rams, Marist Liufau, I was really impressed by. He showed up right away, instantaneously, made a huge play on special teams, and then he looked to be moving quickly and reading properly and having instincts. And I would like him to continue to play so well that he ends up looking like a piece that the Cowboys have to get on the field more, and they have to play him more snaps. That would be a really strong outcome for me. If he's able to beat out guys like a Kenneth Murray, like a Jack Sanborn, until DeMarvion Overshown gets back, and then we got whole other different kinds of questions as well. So I'm curious how it looks. I'm excited how it looks. And hopefully there actually is competition there, and it's not just Murray and Sanborn are our guys no matter what, because I did see some good stuff last year from Liufau. If you guys have not already, do me a favor and subscribe. We will be live for every single Cowboys preseason game. If you haven't already, hit that sub button. YouTube.com/@CowboysTV for more free Dallas Cowboys YouTube videos. Izzy Muamu is next up here. He was the one who impressed me the most in that first Cowboys preseason game. This was the one that I thought was impactful, impressive. I want to see more from him. I want him to get a better chance to do more, to be a better impact piece. I also want to see how Zion Childress fares, because he's gotten more reps at practice this past week with the ones. And I get extremely anxious about the Cowboys just riding with what they have right now in the secondary. I don't think this team is good enough right now in the secondary. I think, positive side, if Childress has been so impactful, he's going to make the team great, awesome, happy for him. Always good to find a UDFA gem. My concern right now is that he's going to make the team just because there's nobody else. Your healthy corners right now are Deron Bland, Kaiir Elam. And then it's like a who's who of like, these guys aren't very good. Kamon Hall, Zion Childress, Andrew Booth, Troy Pride, Robert Rochelle's a little bit nicked up. Like Izzy Muamu. I just, are we really going to play that game? I get worried about it. So week 1, who do you want as your nickel? I think there are 4 options on the roster right now. KH for Kamon Hall, DB for Deron Bland, Izzy Muamu, that's IM, or ZC for Zion Childress. Finally, I do want to take a more in-depth look here at the safeties. I thought, and kind of going back and rewatching, I thought Markquese Bell and Juanyeh Thomas did not play very well. For what they are of guys that like I think could be like, I wanted to push for starters. Like, okay, they didn't really justify that. So pick your player to watch. Like, Bell and Juanyeh Thomas with Elijah Clark banged up. I don't know. They might play a lot in this one. Like, because I don't think they're going to play Hooker and Wilson a ton. So Bell, Thomas, I have higher expectations of those guys. Like, those are probably like 2 of your 5, 6, 7 best players who played against the Rams. And I didn't think they were that good. So I want to see how they play in this upcoming game instead.